Hey everybody, Joe here with 360 Comics. Over the weekend, I went to 2 comic shops and 1 antique store. I got some great books at some even better prices, and I'm going to share them with you today. Quick reminder before we get started, don't forget to enter our Origin Story giveaway. All you have to do is check out our Origin Story video from last week, like that video, subscribe to the channel, and leave a comment on that video telling us your origin story. You can win a Spider-Man #1 by Todd McFarlane. And don't forget to also follow us on Instagram. We'll be announcing our 5,000 follower giveaway tomorrow. So a little background on this weekend before we dive into the haul. My wife and I celebrated our first wedding anniversary, and we had a jam-packed weekend with a bunch of restaurants that we like, stores that we wanted to visit, and activities like a walk through an arboretum. It was a great weekend, and of course, we had to fit in a couple comic stores along the way. My wife's a really good sport about it, and she even picked up some books for herself this weekend as well. So I have this haul separated into which store I got them from, and I'll let you know just in case you're in the area and want to check out those stores. First up, we visited a store that is not a comic shop at all. They're an antique shop called Antiques Allure in Bucks County, Pennsylvania, just a little bit northeast of Philadelphia, and they had a bunch of comics there, but I stayed away from them. They were low grade, high price, mostly 80s and 90s stuff. You could tell whoever priced them probably didn't know too much about comics. I think they just looked online and saw whatever the highest price anyone was asking for the books, not, accounting condition at all, and slapped that price on them. But they did have some magazines as well. I actually own no magazine-sized books, at least older ones. I have like Last Ronin and stuff like that from the recent Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Batman Damn. But this is my first older one that I've bought recently, and it's Marvel Preview Presents #3, Blade the Vampire Slayer, obviously, and this is the first Blade solo title. Obviously, he had his first appearance in Tomb of Dracula 10, and then he did have a solo story in another magazine-sized book that was, I think the title was Vampires or something, and I think it has one story of him and one story of Morbius. But as far as this one goes, this is the first Blade solo title in magazine form. I saw these going on eBay for like around $80 in a higher grade, all the way down to like $35, $40 in a lower grade. This is a lower grade copy, and they had it marked at $5, and you'll see there's a couple other magazines that I got as well. They were all marked at $5. I took them up to the counter and I said, hey, can I get all 4 of these for $12? So 3 a piece, and they gave me the thumbs up on that, so I got 4 of these magazine-sized books for $3 a piece. The other 3 magazine-sized books that I got from this store weren't as exciting as the Blade book. They're really cool and definitely worth the $3 a piece that I picked them up for, but they didn't have any key significances or anything like that. We've got Deadly Hands of Kung Fu #18, obviously a Shang-Chi story, and really great cover with that dragon in the background and the fight scene going on in the foreground. We also got Savage Sword of Conan the Barbarian #12, really popular character from this time. These are all from the 70s. And in addition, to go along with that, we had #14 of that same run. Really cool cover here with this gorilla in the background and the claws coming out. Really like the cover. I probably won't keep any of these. These will probably be at my next claim sale, as will a lot of these books. But I definitely thought they were really cool to pick up for $3, and I'll give them a read before I pass them on to someone else. As I mentioned before, we visited Scott Arboretum in Delaware County, Pennsylvania, and there's 2 comic stores in the immediate area. There's Comic Universe, which unfortunately was closed, as well as Showcase Comics, and that's the second store we stopped at. Showcase is very clean, very well organized. My wife even said that it was the nicest looking, aesthetically, comic store that she's ever been in. And I found some cool books there, including this Captain Carrot and His Amazing Zoo Crew #1. Now, this is not the first appearance of Captain Carrot. I think it's a Teen Titans book, New Teen Titans 16, 15, 16, something like that. But this is his first solo book. He's a zany character. People, latch on to those, silly characters and stuff like that. And I figured I'd pick this book up. It was only $3, a newsstand copy. So I figured I'd pick it up. I definitely want to read this one, see what it's all about, especially with the recent popularity boost of Brute Force. This is kind of something else to look at as far as the DC side of it. But eventually this will probably go up at a claim sale. I'm sure there's some collector out there that wants this more than I do. Also for $3, I picked up this Champions #1, and this is the variant edition. I think it's called the Party variant, and it looks like they're all sitting around eating breakfast at the table in kind of like cartoony form. This team of champions is, Miles and Vision, Nova, Cyclops, Kamala Khan, and Hulk, the Brawn Hulk, Amadeus Cho version. And a lot of people are speculating on a lot of these characters for the future of the MCU, and particularly this book, not necessarily this variant cover. The other covers generally are going for more, but for only $3, picking up this one, I was definitely fine with. And I'm not sure whether I'm going to hold on to this as a little bit of MCU speculation or pass it on to someone else who may want it more. I'm not big on variant covers, so I'd much rather have cover A. So maybe I'll sell this and use some of that money to purchase a cover A. And to go along with that last Champions book, we've got Champions #9 from the same run. Same reason I bought it. It's the first appearance of Red Locust, a character who may or may not, probably not, appear in the MCU. But, I figured it's a key issue from that same run. Might as well pick it up just in case it's ever used. $3, can't really go wrong. So I had a little bit of luck on the last store that I visited over the weekend. We got finished our plans a little bit early for the day, and had some late dinner reservations at an amazing vegan restaurant called Veg in Philadelphia, and we had about an hour to kill. And we were pretty close to South Street, so my wife suggested we hit up Atomic Comics, a staple of South Street and Philadelphia in general as far as comics go. And I had been there just a couple months ago, but I said, why not? So we went back in, and they had pulled out some back issue bins. I think they had been away last time I was there during the pandemic. They didn't really have back issues out for sale, but they had pulled them out. And not only that, it was buy 20, get 50% off. So I pulled out 20 books, and I found some books that were really, already pretty underpriced, but getting them 50% off additionally made them great buys. A bunch of stuff for the personal collection, as well as a bunch of stuff for future claim sales. First up from Atomic Comics, we've got a pretty hot book right now, Warlock and the Infinity Watch #1. This is the first appearance of the Infinity Watch and the first book in this run. And due to the recent announcement from, not really announcement, it was, I guess, a leak at first, that Will Poulter was going to be playing Adam Warlock. And then James Gunn did go on record to say, I squash rumors. And I love how he said it. He's like, I usually squash rumors, but welcome to the family, Will Poulter. So he's going to be in the movie. I'm excited about that. I think he's a great actor. And I know people have been like, they've been showing memes of his character from We're the Millers. That's a great comedic role, and it's funny, but he has a lot of good parts in serious movies as well. Check out his repertoire. I'm excited to see him as Adam Warlock on the big screen. I've seen copies of this book in the direct edition go from like $15 to $20, whereas a newsstand copy like this one, I've seen go from $20 to even $25 on eBay in the past week or so after this announcement. This one isn't super high grade, but it's nice enough. It's got a couple spine ticks, little ones, and I'm happy to pick it up for $5, but of course it was listed at $5. half price though, so I only paid $2.50 for it. Here's another one we've seen on every hot list for the past 2 or 3 weeks. We've got Fantastic Four, $3.58. This is the first appearance of Paibok, the Skrull, and this is not a book that was on anyone's radar until this past week. I'm not really sure why it ended up spiking. I don't know if a YouTube channel promoted it or if there was some hint or clue. Obviously we're going to see Skrulls eventually, but why this one specifically, I don't know. Anyway, this is a die cut cover. It's pretty cool. That circle there where the 4 is actually a hole in the middle of the cover. And if you open it up, that 4 is actually printed on the first page of the comic. And I actually had one of these already, just because I had a pretty complete Fantastic Four run in the 300s. But I picked this other one up. This was, I'm pretty sure this was $4. So I paid $2 on this book that's making hot lists. That's always a good buy. While those first 2 books made the hot list from, current speculation, this one was on the hot list recently for what we saw in What If. This is Ultimate Fantastic Four number 21, the first appearance of the Marvel Zombies. Number 22 is also a great pickup because it has a cover appearance of the zombies. As well as their second appearance. And those books, you kind of see them sell together a lot, and you can usually find them together in collections or store runs, but they only had number 21, but it was $5, cut in half. I paid $2.50 on this book. Next up, we're going all the way back to the Silver Age with Avengers number 49. In this issue, we have the first appearance of Typhon, as well as Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver leaving the Avengers. Unfortunately, it is in rough shape. This is usually a pretty expensive book, and sells for, I think like $80 to $100, but we've got a corner cut out of the book. I think it was common practice. I don't know if people collected them, the little characters at the top, or if this was something that had to do with distribution that stores did. If you know why you see these cut out a lot, let me know in the comments below. But either way, it's cut out. There's also some pen on the front, as well as in the yellow down there, someone wrote their name. But this was $6, cut in half again, $3 for this. I'm not going to not buy a Silver Age Avengers book for $3, even if it is in, horrendously low grade. It's all there, complete, other than that one corner. The story's all there, and the cover is attached. So I'm happy to have it. $3, whatever. Moving to the Bronze Age now, we've got Avengers 124, and this is the first full appearance of Starstalker, as well as an origin story of Mantis, and it's kind of a mid-grade copy. They had it listed for $8, and, 50% off. I figured a Bronze Age key for $4, why not? Let's throw it in. I needed to get to 20 books anyway, so this isn't usually something that I would really pick up, but, threw it in there and got a pretty good price on it too. Wrapping up the Avengers book, we've got number 213, and this is kind of a controversial issue, or at least it was at the time. In this book, Hank Pym, who is Yellow Jacket at this point, gets kicked out of the Avengers for domestic abuse, hitting his wife. And there was probably an issue that really wasn't tackled a lot back then in comics, but I think it's cool that they included that. And they showed that, that's unacceptable, no matter who you are, even if you're an Avenger. And because of that controversial issue, like I said, they had it listed at $3, and it's a very minor key, so that was probably appropriate. But again, cut in half, I paid $1.50 for it. Now, this book's definitely staying in my personal collection. We've got Ka-Zar, Lord of the Hidden Jungle, number 1 from the Bronze Age, and it is in nice shape. They had it for $7, so again, cut in half would be $3.50, and I was very happy to pay it on this high-grade copy of a Bronze Age book of a cool character that I really enjoy, who I think is a pretty undervalued character, and also one that we could end up seeing in the MCU, especially once the X-Men are introduced. I could totally see them at some point going to the Savage Lands and seeing, Ka-Zar, Sauron. There's a lot of cool characters that we could see in that realm. I also found a Silver Age Batman book, number 225, and this is an awesome cover by Neal Adams. You might remember this from another haul video that I did about a couple months ago. That copy that I got before is in much better shape. This is a really low-grade copy, but they had it marked at $2, so I only paid $1 for it. And, Silver Age Batman for $1, any day of the week. I'm taking it, low grade or not. I have not been able to find this next book in the wild for a couple years now, since the book got hot. This is Detective Comics 850. Oh, not 350. This is the first unofficial appearance of the Gotham City Sirens. They're all working together, but they don't go by the name at that point. And, like I said, this book got hot a couple years ago, and I think they all got snatched up. I was very surprised to see this. Usually you're, thumbing through the Detective comic books and you go $8.49 and it goes right to $8.51. But this was in there and they had it marked at $6, so I only paid $3. Definitely happy about that. This one will probably stay in my personal collection. It's a really nice copy. Probably won't get a 9.8 because it does have a little spine tick on it, but I gotta see if I have this book. I'm actually not sure. So if I do have a copy already, if it's in nicer condition than this, I'll probably end up selling this one, but I gotta check on that first. And here's another Detective Comics book that you usually can't find out in the wild because they've all been snatched up. This is Detective Comics 872, and it's part of a 3-book arc. I think it was called Black Mirror, no relation to the show. And this is written by Scott Snyder, art by Jock, two of my favorite collaborators. And it's a really popular arc, which led to, these getting picked up. And, you really can't find them. Usually you go 870 and then you see 874. None of these 3 books, unfortunately, they didn't have 871 or 873. But I got this 872, the middle book, which is also the first appearance of the Dealer. This is a character who's kind of like a black market collector / dealer guy. And one of the items that he has is honestly one of my favorite items in all of Batman history. It's seen right center stage in the gas mask on this cover. And that is the crowbar used by the Joker to beat Jason Todd to quote unquote death. Obviously, we know at this point he didn't die. He becomes Red Hood, all that stuff. But from the Death in the Family run, that is the crowbar. I always thought that it's really cool when, writers harken back to things that have happened before, such as Grant Morrison taking the quote-unquote death of Jason Todd and creating a new character. And so this is a nice little homage to that Death in the Family run. Really cool stuff. And this was only $4, so I paid half. That's $2. I'll take it. Here's another character who's had a little bit of hype over the past year or so. We've got Spectacular Spider-Man number 100. This is the 3rd appearance of the Spot, as well as a really cool cover and a Milestone book with number 100. If this had been any more than it was listed at $2, so I got it for $1. If it was more than that, I wouldn't have picked it up. It's the 3rd appearance of a minor character. I know there's been some speculation that he's going to be in the next Spider-Verse movie, but as far as we know, that's all speculation. But I really like this character, and, for $1, sure, why not pick it up just in case something happens? If you were watching closely during the intro to this video, you might have caught this book. We've got The Incredible Hulk, number 110, an awesome Silver Age 12-cent book from 1968. And this book is the first appearance of Umbu. Umbu the Unliving, it says on the front. But I notice it's not on Key Collector. And I found that strange because they're usually, pretty up to date on things, especially with older books. Obviously the newer ones might take some time to get up there, but this is a Silver Age book that's been around for a long time. Obviously it's a, minor character, but I was still surprised not to see that on there. I don't know if there's any way to contact them and let them know that they're missing that. If someone wants to leave it in the comments and let me know if there's a way to submit a book I'm going to do that and let them know about this one. Yeah, so this is, Incredible Hulk 110. Like I said, it is very low grade. It's got some serious, color rub on the front. Doesn't look like it was in a bag and board for a long time. And I even, felt dirt on my fingers after touching this. I'm definitely going to clean it up. It could use a good press and definitely a clean to get some of that dirt and dust off. But they had it for $8, so I paid $4 on it. And I think after cleaning it up, it'll certainly be worth a lot more than that. I'm happy to have any early Hulk stuff. Obviously 1 through 6 is very expensive, but even the early 100 stuff is, pretty pricey, even for, a minor key like this one. And we got another minor Hulk key right here from the Bronze Age. We got the first appearance of the Devastator in the Incredible Hulk 186. This was listed for $5, so I paid $2.50. That's really all I would pay for this book. I don't really see Devastator becoming, a prominent character or anything like that. But, for a nice Bronze Age Hulk book, obviously it's 186. You wish it was 180, 181, or 182. But just a couple issues after, much less expensive than those Wolverine keys. But, great pickup for $2.50. I'm happy with it. I think I have a copy of this book already. I have to check. So I'll probably end up keeping one and putting one up in a claim sale. I mentioned before that this store required you to buy 20 books in order to get the 50% off price. So the last bunch of books, we got 7 of them here, were all Bronze Age Hulk books that I threw in order to make sure I got that 50% off. I don't remember the exact prices on these, but they were all listed between $2 and $6, so I really paid $1 to $3 per book. They're all in pretty good shape, but none of them are keys. We've got 187, 189, 192, 199, 215, 231, and 232. Nothing special in here, but like I said, I wanted to get the 20 mark to get that 50% off, and I thought these were a pretty fair price. I'm trying to get the whole Bronze Age Hulk run. I really like the covers. I really like a lot of the characters that were introduced, especially Wolverine. But these were good little run filler pickups that helped me get that 50% off. I got so many great books over this weekend for well under $100, and I'm really happy with it. Some of the highlights were the first appearance of Gotham City Sirens, the Blade magazine, the Ka-Zar #1 in high grade, but my favorite of them all was the Incredible Hulk 110. You can't go wrong with a Silver Age first appearance, even though it's a minor first appearance, even though it's low grade. Don't really care. I got a great price on this book, and I love low-grade Silver Age stuff. It gives it character, and, you can always improve along the way, pick up a higher grade and upgrade, and move this copy along to someone else when the time comes. But I hope you enjoyed the video. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button, ring the bell for notifications, give me a thumbs up for the like, and leave a comment down below. Let me know how you liked the video, and give me a suggestion for a future video that you would like to see if you have a topic that you want me to talk about. Thank you guys for all the support. Don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow us there too. And until next time, turn the page, wash your hands.